If you want to see what sold and what they sold for and kind of my boxing up routine.
On my most perfect days, I get to start my morning off with a little stroll outside. I don't really walk for exercise. I really just walk to have some quiet time in nature, enjoying the weather and all of the sounds and the sights that life has to offer. Since blackberries were super ripe, I decided to go ahead and spend some time picking some blackberries to make some quick blackberry jam. Blackberries are considered a weed in Washington state. And if you have blackberry bushes, they're pretty much open to anybody who wants to pick them. So, in one way, they're a horrible, noxious weed, and in another way, they provide food for people and animals. These raspberries are actually in my yard, though, and are tended by the owners. Delicious. Then, when I get back home, I like to do a little meditating and some journaling. I don't always have time to do everything I like to do, so sometimes I do yoga, sometimes I meditate, sometimes I journal. Leisurely days mean cups of tea, and in this case, a toasted muffin with peanut butter and homemade jam. Every day is not a perfect day, but within every day, there are perfect moments. Taking the time to enjoy those moments that are perfect each day, I think, is what life is all about. Taking time to enjoy the lovely weather, taking time to take care of myself, and then taking time to take care of things like my plants, which need water every day. It's a self imposed ritual that I actually really enjoy.
Hi. So it's my day off, and so even though I got to practice my morning routine, which I so miss, I've really kind of gone off the wayside of doing a lot of the self-care things that I was doing last year during COVID. It's so easy for me to get into this kind of workaholic mode and only think about work, but it feels so good when I take the time to take care of myself. So even so, I still have to package up some items that I sold on my online stores. And so if you want to see what sold and what they sold for and kind of my boxing up routine, just hang out with me. So I'm going to be doing that for probably the next hour, but I will speed past all of the boring stuff. So I have everything laid out that I sold, and I'm going to be boxing them up. So the first item that sold, I mean, none of these are in order, and they sold on different sites, but I'll tell you which sites they sold on. So I have this like 1970s trim line phone. Very vintage, and even though a lot of people don't think it's that vintage, it actually is. So this one sold for $55, and then the buyer paid $9.95 in shipping. And a lot of times I will eat part of the shipping cost because I don't want I don't want buyers to be turned off if a shipping cost is too high. So I'll eat some of that as long as I know I'm making a good profit margin. You may remember this if you watch my videos. I picked this up in Long Beach when I went camping with Holly at Cape Disappointment. So this just sold today. So I will ship it out today, and that one sold for $65, and she's paying $14.35 in shipping, and I think I paid $20, so that's a really good profit margin. Then the next item that sold is this little antique Italian or vintage Italian mini mosaic picture frame. So that is like a ceramic mosaic. Can you see that? And it's got this like brass on the back, made in Italy. And even though it's missing one little corner right there, it's still really beautiful, and it sold for $34. I probably paid $2 at the maximum. I paid $5 for it. So this one took a while to sell. I would say I probably had it, I don't know, maybe 8 months online. So selling online is really a long game. You know, it's not a quick, it's not really, a lot of times things will sell quick. If something is really unusual and it's priced right, it can sell really quickly, especially on Facebook Marketplace, mainly because they do not differentiate between, they don't have the same metrics as Etsy. Etsy wants to see that you have a ton of stuff posted, that you're shipping things on time, that you have reviews, and so that all takes time. So let's see, what else? Oh, this sold. I had this and just a few weeks ago, this Australian military slouch hat. I had $95 on it, and the buyer offered $80. and he's going to pay $9 in shipping, and it's sold on Facebook Marketplace. The next item that sold is this little pillow. It's a little needlepoint pillow, and this was on one of the previous videos, I think, if it made it on. I buy so much stuff that a lot of times at least half the items don't even make it on the video. But this one, oh wow, so this person lives very close to me. That they paid $29 and with $5.50 in shipping. And they actually don't live close to me. I think they have my address incorrectly. So that's a really good profit margin, considering I probably only paid $2. And then the next item is this beautiful little Victoria, and I think I probably priced this too low, but I did check comps, and even though I priced it slightly lower than the comps at $55, I thought, comps were running 55 and up. So I priced it at 55 and it sold within a day. It is really pretty. It's like a little stamp box. And all three of those items, the hat, the pillow, and the stamp box, all sold on Facebook Marketplace. And this also sold on Facebook Marketplace. Now this, I can find fairly often. These little needlepoint pillows are pretty easy to find. This is not easy to find. It is a glass case, and it does need to be cleaned up a little bit. It's not the cleanest. I think I will wipe it down before I ship it. But it's got this atomic mid-century modern style to it. I can't even remember where I picked this up, but I honestly snatched it up right away because these vintage glass cases are really, really hard to find. So I paid $20, or no, I'm sorry. I probably paid $2 for it, and I sold it for $20, and it's an item that's easy to ship. It's going to California, and this also sold on Facebook Marketplace. So now for the boxing up, the hardest thing is finding boxes that work for the items. That is really the most challenging thing as far as being an online seller. I had these really cute little postcards made with past Instagram pictures, which, see, you could totally follow me on Instagram. And I always add like a little, nothing fancy. I just put a little like sticky note on there. And then I take my pen and I just will write, "Thank you for the order." There. And that's what they get when they get their package. I hate waste. I hate plastic bags. I hate throwing away things that were made to be disposable, which is probably why I love antiques. And so I'm always trying to recycle like boxes and packaging and even bags. So this has a label on it, but I will either cover the label or I may not even need that part. So I will probably just cut it off. So the rule of thumb is when you are packaging delicate breakable items that you want to have 3 inches all the way around the item, which should be heavily wrapped in bubble wrap. I'm actually really lucky because my neighbor upstairs gets a ton of bubble wrap from his work. So he just drops it off at my front door, which is awesome. So on Etsy, you can buy prepaid shipping labels based on weight. They don't even ask you for the dimensions, although I think that there is in fine print maximum dimensions. But on Etsy, you need to measure and weigh your item if you're setting a specific price. So I don't do calculated shipping, which means that it's based exactly on where somebody lives. I just kind of guess, and I will even lower the price, and if I think that the price is too high for shipping. And then I have to enter the dimensions and the weight. So always have a little measuring tape and a scale. So I use a postage scale from the post office. It's about $30 and it's worked really, really well. Now that is a well-wrapped package. This is really, really breakable, which is why I don't like to post things that don't have a high value when they're this large and this fragile. So $65, you know, that's good, but you know, I don't know, it's a risk. I got these from the dollar store. So this box was originally for tortillas, and I do not want those drivers throwing around this box. Like there's still tortillas in there. Although, wait, do tortillas break? They're kind of fragile too. But anyways, just to be safe, I'm gonna throw some of these on there. To make it easy on myself, I have everything in this pantry closet where it's easily accessible, and I have my measuring tape on my kitchen counter because I also need it when I'm listing items and I need to post dimensions. I found this on Amazon, so it's been a game changer. It just sits on your counter and you just pull the tape off. So very convenient, and I think it was like $20. All right, so that's it for shipping, and then now I'm off to my other, well, mostly leisure activities, but I do have to meet with the bookkeeper.